Check. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're watching. Welcome to another edition of Crime Time with DutyRon, a retired NYPD detective with 20 plus years of law enforcement. Guys, and if you like all things true crime related from a police perspective, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Today, we're going to speak about Hurricane Ida that is bashing into the coast, into Louisiana. The hurricane is coming in on the 16th anniversary of Katrina to the day. Hi, EMT 623, first one in. Great to see you. Hi, Winsome Carl. Thank you for joining. Lisa. Hi, Rita. Hello, Northwest Place. Tracy, good to see you. Bella. Hi, everybody piling in. Again, this is breaking news. It's been going on for about 3.5 hours. A really humongous hurricane on the 16th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, just smashing into the coast of Louisiana, and we're going to get into it in a few moments. Again, my heart and prayers go out to the folks in the path of Hurricane Ida. It's a huge storm. If you look here on the map, I'll show you quickly. It's going to take me a minute. Hold on, let me get it up. Hold on a second. Give me 2 seconds so I can pull up this. Hold on, guys. I know it's a black screen. Give me a second. There we go. All right, so this is what we're looking at coming into the coast of Louisiana. So if you guys can, I'd ask to please put some prayer emojis in the chat for the folks in Hurricane Ida's path. You know, it's a humongous hurricane with sustained force winds of over 150 miles per hour. Almost 400,000 folks in Louisiana are without power at this time. So let me quickly share this live stream so we can get it out there. Everybody could see it. And I'm going to play this media for you so you can hear it.
29th, 2021.
So let me know if you can hear it good in the chat.
Hurricane Ida making landfall now in... Time right now is 2:37 on this Sunday, August 29th, 2021.
Let me know if you can hear it.
Hurricane Ida making landfall now in southeast Louisiana. This will be the second landfall that it's made. It made a first landfall near Port Fourchon in the southern tip of Louisiana. Now it's making a second landfall near Galliano, I believe the name is the local town there. Pressure now at 934 millibars. It is rapidly intensified as expected, dropping like 50 millibars in 24 hours. That is an incredible amount of intensification, and a lot of those outer rain bands just now starting to come into Alabama as well. Here's the 1-minute satellite imagery, pretty much a textbook major hurricane. Look at that eye coming ashore. It's huge. It's definitely gotten bigger over the past couple of hours, and those hurricane force winds will be moving into places like New Orleans within the next 1 to 2 hours. Hurricane force meaning 74 mile per hour winds or higher. So the worst of the storm hasn't quite made it yet to places like Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Here's the eye of the storm on radar as it's now coming ashore. Near Port Fourchon, they've recorded wind gusts upwards of 140, 150 mile per hour winds that have happened as the storm has come ashore. And again, Galliano and a lot of these places that are on that Louisiana 1 corridor going out to Grand Isle, they are getting the worst of the storm, the eye wall, where the winds are at their strongest. We've got winds that are measured around 125 miles per hour within that eye wall, and that's headed right towards places like Houma and Carte Rouge and all of these places that are just west of New Orleans. They're going to be getting the worst of the wind speeds as they come in. So really crazy stuff happening down in Louisiana. Hurricane warning still in effect for much of southeast Louisiana, and a tropical storm warning as far north as Yazoo City, Mississippi, with those tropical storm conditions expected. Alabama Gulf Coast and parts of the Florida Panhandle also under that tropical storm warning as well. Big story is going to be flash flooding, though, for us here in West Alabama, with that flash flood watch in effect until what looks like Tuesday at 7 p.m. That's when we'll have to that's when we'll finally be on the backside of this storm. And that flash flood watch goes all the way up to Nashville, too. So this will be a pretty widespread event, and that includes Memphis and Tupelo and Greenville, Mississippi as well. Really far-reaching event Ida will be. That moderate risk of excessive rainfall continues for much of Mississippi, West Tennessee, West Alabama. Again, flash flooding will be the big problem that we have to deal with. Heading into Tuesday, we've got a marginal to slight risk with still some tropical bands of heavy rainfall that'll be passing through. Also, of course, can't discount that threat for tornadoes. That is always a possibility on the right-hand side of a landfalling tropical cyclone. Tomorrow, it's a slight risk down towards southwest Alabama, southeast Mississippi. And into Tuesday, that moves into places like East Alabama and into Georgia with that marginal risk of spin-up tornadoes. Definitely all things kind of on the table. Big mess, as hurricanes are, that, as we all know pretty much by now, that hurricanes are just a big mess. So by midnight tonight, and more of those outer bands of rainfall will start nosing their way into Greene and Hale counties, and that moisture just keeps on coming. You can see it really well in our futurecast, all of those onshore winds fueling more of those tropical bands of rainfall. By around 10 o'clock in the morning, that's when I think we'll probably need to be really keeping a close eye on the radar for any potential areas of rotation that start developing. Overnight tonight, I think we'll be okay in terms of tornado risk, but starting late tomorrow morning and into early tomorrow afternoon, any of these bands that get going here could certainly pack some tornado potential. That continues into Monday evening, and it continues into Tuesday morning as well, potentially looking at an overnight event Monday and into Tuesday with our risk of tornadoes being pretty high. By Tuesday afternoon, most of that risk subsides. We get our closest pass to the whatever is left of Ida as it passes through the Tennessee Valley. We could be looking at wind gusts probably on the order of 30 to 40 miles per hour for most of us, but can't totally rule out a stray 50 mile per hour wind gusts.
So here's a look. Let me quickly just say thank you to the members that are joining. Just a Mom Mazio, thank you for becoming a DutyRon channel member. And also Little Red Kansas Julia, thank you for renewing your membership. It's much appreciated. I greatly appreciate the support. This is what we're looking at here on the screen. These numbers have gone up. 2 to 6 inches expected, greatest amounts west and northwest, flash flooding. This is from a little bit in the past. We're going to get up on more current stuff, but I just wanted to give you guys an overview of the dangerous conditions. And folks in that Louisiana area, if you're asked to evacuate, if you haven't done it already, you're in trouble. And I hope that anybody that's in the path of this dangerous hurricane, please listen to the authorities. Our president of the United States has gotten on and asked everybody to heed the warnings. And heeding the warnings is the difference between life and death or severe injury to yourself, families, and also the rescue workers. A team of New York City fire and police emergency services are on their way down to Louisiana, as they always do, to assist, to give mutual aid. So New York City Emergency Medical Services, emergency fire department, police, and paramedics are on their way to Louisiana. They will have boats, amphibious vehicles, and all kinds of equipment that they will be using to provide aid to the great people in the state of Louisiana. So safety to my NYPD and FDNY and EMS counterparts going on down to Louisiana. They are on their way, folks. I will show you a news conference from that. And that's what we do. We do that. This is what we do. Jennifer Nobles, good to see you. Good to see the channel members, Patreon supporters, and all of my moderators. Dawn Marie, Jen Lowe, quite a few folks piling in. I greatly appreciate that. Yes, New York City is always available to help any partners across the globe and, as a matter of fact, across the world.
especially across West Alabama. Those rainfall totals, we're still looking at around 2 to 6 inches across most of the area Monday and into Tuesday across central Alabama. That means flash flooding, again, will be possible, mostly across creeks, rivers, and streets. And yes, that stray tornado will still be possible. We'll have another update for you coming up later tonight on the on CBS42.com. I don't believe we have a 5:30 newscast today, but we'll be doing a little special bit online on our website in lieu.
All right, so that's what we got so far. Let me get it. Let me reel it back in here. Hello, everybody joining. Thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciate it. This is live coverage for Hurricane Ida. You know, it's funny. On the 16th year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, we have this major hurricane hitting Louisiana, and it's just devastating to the folks that are down there. Thank you, Wendy Grimstead, for becoming a DutyRon Silver member. Thank you so much. Welcome to the family. So let me just pull up a little bit more coverage because there's so many live videos coming in from all over the place. I'm gonna pick out this next one. This is just a quick minute and a half, and okay, that's not what I wanted to show you. Hold on, stand by.
Welcome to the DutyRon family.
Ooh, I never heard that one go. Welcome to the DutyRon family. I like that, Wendy. So there you go with the heart and everything coming up on in. So this is from our partners, WWL TV. This was about 60 minutes ago on the ground impacts of Hurricane Ida in New Orleans. So this is not the direct impact, but it is going to show you some. It's going to show you some damage here. Yeah. So let me give you this. This is a news reporter driving around in New Orleans. So let's go to that quickly, so it gives you a little bit of a look.
We are headed towards Canal Boulevard. And so far, as you can kind of take a look at the screen right now and what the video is, there's not a tremendous amount of debris in the road at this point. But as we are traveling around the city and the metro area, as we approach areas that do have more tree-lined streets, as you can imagine, that is going to have more debris on the street. But
you're welcome, Patty.
Debris that we've seen so far as we've gone in different parts of the metro area, certainly uptown on St. Charles Avenue, certainly South Carrollton Avenue in the Carroll.
Mom of three, please be careful. Make sure everything is secure at your location, and if there is an evacuation order, make sure you try to seriously consider heeding those warnings. You know, again, trees come down, roofs I've seen blown off of homes. The winds are in excess of 150 miles an hour. So 400,000 plus people in Louisiana right now are without power. Hi, Richella Pranzo. Good to see you. Hello, Lieutenant Pete Pranzo. Great to see you. Thank you, everyone joining. Please, if you're in the area of impact in Louisiana and some of the other states, you got some time to think about it, but make sure you heed the warnings, please. I beg of you.
Neighborhood. Those areas had a good amount of debris, mainly because there's just so much tree that's lining both sides of the street there. We are now on Canal Boulevard as we were just heading from Lakeview. We are trying to make our way back to the city of New Orleans. Again, this is just the outer bands or the initial impacts of Hurricane Ida. And unlike
prayers to you, Southern Sass. Please be careful, Southern Sass, and everybody that is in Louisiana. By a show of hands, who here is in the state of Louisiana? I'd just like to get a quick roll call for just the state of Louisiana. If anybody here is inside the state or in the impact area states, please let me know. And let's say quick prayers for everybody and anybody in that area. Let me see. Hi, Shelly B. Good to see you. Let me see. I'm looking at the chat. I just want to see. Hey, Josh. Hope you're feeling better. I talked to Twyla today. She's still down and out, but feeling okay. Phyllis, please stay safe. Keep us updated on how's everything doing there. Please let us know. Let me let this play while we're doing
Hurricane
this.
Katrina, we are on the different side of a hurricane this time, and as you can see, some of the branches falling down here on Canal Boulevard. We are assuring you that we are safe. We are going at a fairly slow speed, and this is Canal Boulevard as we're heading up, trying to make our way back to the city. And as you can see here,
We got some trees now.
A good amount of that is coming down on Canal Boulevard. As we've been traveling right now, in the past half hour, 45 minutes, we have had some fairly strong gusts of wind. It seems like those gusts of wind are increasing in strength. But keep in mind, we are both in the mobile unit, and we're not necessarily outside to kind of give you a better gauge of that. But just picking up, and we're getting much stronger gusts of wind at this point. Eventually, this is going to swing back to the front here, and you can get a better sense.
Laced with Lacey, please be safe. Please, prayers for everyone.
We're at that point, as I was just discussing and talking, we're very much swaying around here. But given the amount of trees that we have for evacuation, certainly I can imagine.
You can see these homes in Louisiana, in New Orleans.
August 29th,
They have their windows boarded up. A lot of the windows are boarded up. So some of these folks have prepared very well, and some haven't. Again, as this thing unfolds, we're going to see more and more damage and more, unfortunately, loss of property and hopefully not loss of life. But this is a dangerous one.
Much of the anxiety and the emotions that many people have felt in terms of getting their homes prepared and getting their families ready for evacuation, certainly I can imagine and I assume have brought up some very difficult memories and some traumatic experiences for people. So right now we are on Orleans Avenue. I'm Tan Trung from Channel 4 WWL-TV. Jeff Hackett is our photographer and also at this point navigating us in the Mobile Forecast Center. This is the American Can apartments here, the lofts at the American Can. And we are coming up near this area, South. Which areas?
Thank you for that super chat. Thank you, Ron.
We don't have the expertise to say that, but these widespread power outages
Much appreciated.
are expected, and they're expected to last fairly long into this process and well beyond after.
All right, so this is giving you an idea of what it's looking like in New Orleans, which is, considerable way away from the major point of where this hurricane is coming in. The places affected is Ileano, Houma, Golden Meadows, Lockport, Louisiana. They're getting hit. Lockport is getting close to getting hit right now, and it's not a pretty sight, guys. Let me look on Twitter quickly. I always like to check the Twitter feeds. There's a guy. There's a couple of guys that are out there doing storm chasing and stuff like that. I'm going to give you a look at this. Is just 26 seconds, and this looks pretty hectic. This is in Houma, Houma, Louisiana. And I'll let you get a quick look at this.
The whole building is shaking right now. Oh my God, this is getting stronger. Here we are at Hurricane Ida in Louisiana. The Iowa is about to make landfall right here in the city, using this building as a barrier. The whole building is shaking right now. Oh my God, this is getting stronger. It's at least 90 miles an hour, maybe more. Hurricane.
I mean, look at this, guys. This was just 20 minutes ago. And this guy's got a helmet on because the helmet is going to protect him a little bit if some debris goes flying and hits him. It's just a small level of protection, but this is dangerous. This is Reed, yes.
Ida's making landfall right now in Louisiana. Here we are at Hurricane Ida.
Actually, it's
Louisiana.
Mike. This is Mike Thies.
About to make.
This is Mike Thies. You can see it right there. Here's a look at the National Hurricane Center. This is 51 minutes ago. And this is a look at the massiveness of a Hurricane Ida. And you can see the eye here from 51 minutes ago. Brutal, guys. It's just unbelievable. Here's something from St. Bernard's Parish. Charles Peak is chiming in here with 23 seconds worth of
blown over here, uprooted. in Morgan City, parts of it on this house here. So he just ripped up the sod and everything.
Look at the size of that tree, and it missed that house by just feet, just a couple of feet. Some of the branches are up here on the top, but if this would have hit right here, you would have, that roof would have been completely gone. So there's some footage. Unbelievable, right? Here's a Noaa pilot capturing a stunning video from inside the eye of Hurricane Ida in the Gulf of Mexico. Let's take a look at this. This is 41 seconds. Whoa, unbelievable. Wow. I mean, I'm not a meteorologist, so I don't know what I'm looking at, but that's interesting stuff. You can go over to Twitter and take a peek at that. Here's National Weather Nation with something that they posted just 50 minutes ago. Let's take a peek at this. It gives you a good idea how vicious. If you look at the power lines, they're like spaghetti right now. Mark, good to see you. Hello, Mark Dietz. Thank you for joining from my good friend from Periscope. Thank you for joining. All right, let's take a peek at what else we have here on Twitter. Twitter is a great source for updates on the weather. I always like to go and check it out. Here's 7 minutes ago from Tyler Rooney over on someone's doing cartwheels behind him in Hurricane Ida. That's one of the workers. That's pretty funny. He's holding himself and the guy's doing cartwheels behind him. Just a little humor in the midst of danger. Looks like one of the utility workers. WHLT 22 in Hattiesburg 8 minutes ago. Let's take a peek at this and listen in. Wow. It looks like a building. Let's take a peek. This looks like the path updated just 1 minute ago. Let's click on this, see what it's got. So it looks like 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Their time. So this is pretty much just posted minutes ago. It looks like a Category 4 to a Category 1, 75-mile-an-hour winds on Monday, sustaining the winds going all the way up into the top part of Louisiana. So the neighboring states are going to see high winds, but nothing like what hit them. Category 4 p.m. update, still a Category 4 with max winds of 130 miles per hour, located about 70 miles southeast of Baton Rouge. It should have the core moving through our region within a couple of hours, either side of midnight. So it's going to be a tough night, and I'm sending prayers and positive vibes and love. The NYPD and the FDNY here in New York, and the EMS, the local ambulance attached to the FDNY, are sending troops. They're sending their crews down, and we'll take a peek at that in a minute. We'll take a peek at the NYPD. Oh, this looks unbelievable. Let's see. This was 9 minutes ago from Katie Odom. 45 seconds. Holy. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, my God. We got to look at this. This looks like under a parking garage of some sort. Holy cow. I can't even make this out. I'm going to put the volume down a little bit. Let's play that over. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Looks like some kind of under carport. It may be at the water. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's on the water. This looks like a dock right here, and this is water. So this is a security camera from someone's home or a business right on the coast. Oh, dear Lord. That's what 130 miles an hour winds look like. It seems like it's so much more. Oh, my God. Holy crap. And look, see how violent that looks? I think this is water overtaking that whole property. I've never seen anything like that. Wow, folks. I'm going to read this. Before and after bad or worse, Ida landfall at Port Fourchon, Louisiana. This is why you evacuate if at all possible. Katie Odom, this is her statement. I'm going to follow her. This is great. Cool mom, Katie Odom, thank you for that post. I've heard survivors say that screaming of the wind is maddening. I believe them. Yeah. I certainly do too. Dave Barria, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Municipal Harbor Bay, St. Louis, Mississippi. It's like the calm before the storm. I love to search the Twitter feed. Here's John Platt. He's got a baseball helmet on. Looks like this is like the same guy that the guy did the cartwheel behind him. Yeah, there's a little bit of humor there. Kelly Ann Beal from Kelly Ann TV. There's a bunch of people posting stuff. It looks like the roof of a hospital blowing off. Let's take a peek at this. Whoa.
Oh my God. Yo.
The whole roof came off that hospital.
Oh my God. Yo. Oh my God. Yo.
Holy cow. This is what they're dealing with here.
Oh my God.
Wow. I'm going to read the caption on that one, guys. Let me know down in the comments section if you like the Twitter feed scrolling here. I never did this before. I think it's a good idea. This is the lady of C General Hospital in Galliano, which is about 30 miles from the coast where hurricane made landfall, Hurricane Ida. Oh, Jen Lowe says, I was on a cruise to the Bahamas years ago during the hurricane. Thankfully, we were evacuated. Yes. Thank God. I've been in rough seas on a cruise before. It's not fun. Ida strengthening quickly into a monster. This was 1 hour ago, New York Times. This Sharon Broom, the Mayor Broom, East Baton Rouge. She's probably talking about evacuations here.
Search and rescue teams are staffed and ready to respond. And we...
Let's see. What is this? This looks pretty. Wow. It looked like a flap from a air conditioner. I don't know if that's a good idea. But you guys get the idea. Very dangerous storm. Here's a look from Dakota Smith's Twitter post of the storm swirling. I guess this is Ida's eye, even after landfall, continues to maze us. Let's take a peek at this. Wow. That's amazing. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is during landfall. Looks like just a big tornado. Sean Reynolds, that was the video from the hospital. Saeed Kamil, Hurricane Ida strikes Louisiana after tens of thousands of people fled the state. May God have mercy on all mankind. Our world is truly in chaos and disaster. Let's take a peek at this. There's no audio to this, guys. I don't know where this is exactly. It's horrifying. These images are horrifying.
Wow.
Yes.
And a trailer. It flipped the trailer.
Lifted a whole trailer.
All these car lines are down still.
Wow. Obviously, boats. It's right on the coast.
The whole house is gone.
That was a whole house that was gone, and a trailer. Over here to the right is a trailer. Lord have mercy.
Wow. And a trailer. It flipped the trailer. All these car lines are down still.
My God.
The whole house is gone. Wow. And a trailer. It flipped
That was
the trailer.
18 minutes ago. 18 minutes ago by Crudo Manchu. Lots of homes gone, and look at these telephone poles and everything. It's just, they're all just power lines down. It was reported about an hour ago that 400,000 Louisianans were without power. I'm sure that number continues to rise by the second. Mother Nature. Oh my God. Here's another post. The roof of a house flew off right in front of my eyes. This is in Houma. Oh, wow.
That would be a difficult thing. Look at that leaner right
Right
there.
here.
It's already starting to lean. But
Right here, this comes up.
oh, that roof is coming. Holy
Whoa.
shit.
Are you kidding me? Holy.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Whoa.
That's would not have been that safe, I don't think.
Oh my God.
That would be a difficult thing. Look at that leaner right there. It's already starting to lean.
Right here.
But
This is what comes up. Looks like a business, actually. It's not a house.
Oh, that roof is coming. Holy shit.
Oh my God. Guy's lucky that thing didn't come on him.
Yeah, that's it. That's a problem right there, folks. That's would not have been that safe.
I don't think I'd be that calm. He's just like, yeah, that's a problem, folks. Who is this guy? Wow. I wonder who took that video. Yeah, so FEMA's on board. The president spoken. Just monster of a storm. This comes from Bannerman, 1955. It's a lot of water. All right, here's the special operations from the NYPD. Let's check this out. This is what I was talking to you guys about. So these are the men and women, search and rescue, who are coming. It says the NYPD Special Operations Chief, Chief Harry Whedon of the NYPD, says, safe travels with the rescue equipment packed at FEMA USNR. New York Task Force 1 is on its way to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Over 880 specially trained personnel from the NYPD. This is what I was talking to you guys about. And the FDNY and the New York City Office of Emergency Management, along with 6 NYPD ESU search and rescue canines, will be assisting in the rescue efforts during Hurricane Ida. So there's our brave men and women from the NYPD. I salute you. I tip my cap to these guys. They're tacking up and getting all their gear as they are going out. These brave men and women are getting their supplies and equipment, and they're heading to Louisiana. Jennifer Noble's prayers to all. It's a difficult and dangerous job. And there's some of the trucks that'll be packed with equipment to go over to Louisiana and serve the state of Louisiana. This is the NYPD Special Operations Team. These are brave men and women who are going. There's one of the dogs. And these brave animals, men and women, are heading down there to do God's work. So kudos to you guys. Stay safe and Godspeed to the brave men and women of the NYPD and FDNY. Yeah, New York's finest. New York's bravest. There. So let's see what else we got. This looks like a 28-second video from Josh Mongerman.
Like the outer eye wall is just about reaching Houma. We're starting to get some big... I just checked the radar, and it looks like Hurricane Ida's got a concentric eye wall structure, and it looks like the outer eye wall is just about reaching Houma. We're starting to get some big gusts, getting that howling sound. Some branches are coming off those live oaks behind me. I think we're just about to get some really good winds here, and then we'll get a break, and then we're going to get the inner eye wall. This is going to be a rough ride here in Houma, Louisiana. Hurricane.
So he's talking about Houma, Louisiana. I think that's where most of the impact initially has started. This is a video again of the hospital roof flying off. Let me see what else I have. I saved some stuff here. Let's see what CNN's got. If they have anything. Hurricane Ida makes landfall in Louisiana. This looks like a projected path, but I think it's changed. I think it's going straight up, and this may not be accurate. Let me go to the Weather Channel. The Weather Channel is pretty good. Let's take a peek at what they got.
Well, Hurricane Ida made landfall just before noon Central Time on Sunday. It's still a Category 4 storm, though, as of 2 p.m. from the National Hurricane Center, with sustained wind in that inner eye wall at about 150 miles per hour. If you're one of the people that stayed in Grand Isle and you're somehow watching this, Know what I'm talking about with the wind, okay? Because you guys have taken the brunt of the storm. That inner eye wall just absolutely brutal, especially on the east side of the storm. Now, the wind will start to decrease as the storm moves inland, okay? So it weakens pretty quickly, but it'll actually stay for an impressively long period of time. So parts of the Northeast by late week will actually get some rain out of the system. Of course, it'll be nothing close to what it is right now. Obviously, rain is a huge concern. We've got some spots that'll see about 15 inches of rain, and the storm surge. I mean, places like Grand Isle likely to see over 10 feet of storm surge, and it's really that east side of the storm where the worst of it is going to be. Look at this rain forecast, forecasting 7 to 10 inches of rain in New Orleans. Now, yes, the storm surge is going to be worse down in Grand
7 to 10 inches of rain in New Orleans. That's insane. Here's Houma with 5 to 7, Baton Rouge 3 to 5, and it diminishes as it goes up north, because as the hurricane hits land, it fortunately does weaken, and that's the only good thing.
Grand Isle, but the rain extends into really all parts of southeastern Louisiana, southern Mississippi as well. That's where the heaviest of it's going to be.
It's frightening.
Bigger concerns.
Frightening,
I want to bring
to say the
in
least.
Grand Isle Police Chief at Scooter Resweber.
Let's get back on here. All right, guys. Let me just quickly say thank you to everyone who's joined during this coverage. I'm going to look quick to see what's going on CBS down in the affected area. I want to see what they got going on. Just want to be careful.
That where it made landfall and where it has continued to move inland is still very much more open marsh. It is still able to gain energy from that warm marsh soil. It is the warm waters in the marshland, but also the fact that there are some instances where storms make landfall in an area that is really saturated, just solid land, but a very saturated area. The storm is still able to actually draw that moisture.
Hold on, guys. Just want to see something.
On Sunday, it's still a Category 4 storm.
Okay, we looked at this already. I think I have one more thing I want to show you guys quick. Okay. All right. So here's something that's important that we don't forget. Let me put this on for you guys. All right. So how to help the Red Cross with Hurricane Ida relief efforts. This is important because they're already preparing for disaster services and disaster relief. In other words, people are going to be without homes. People are going to be without food, water, shelter. Okay, so this is how to help. NBC5 and Telemundo 39 have teamed up with the Red Cross. If you want, you can click here. I'll link this below in the description. Click here to learn about how to support disaster relief efforts and make donations to the American Red Cross. It's important that we know what to do, what to say, where to go. And, you know, there's so many scammers out there, and you don't want to be scammed during a disaster, and you want to try to help these people out. So I think this is a good thing for us to look into if you want to support the people who have been affected by Hurricane Ida. And this we'll all find out about this in the coming days, actually. But I think it's important that we know. I'll link it down below on how to get, how to support, send donations and stuff like that. Let me look at Al Roker. I always like to see Al Roker. Don't ask me why, but it just, I grew up listening to this guy. So
we're now going to get an update right now on Hurricane Ida from our friend, Today Show co-host Al Roker. He's already in New Orleans, which is in the track of this storm. And Al, this looks like a monster storm that's coming. What can you tell us?
All right, sorry. I guess we lost communication. All right, sorry.
Al is getting pounded.
All right, sorry. I guess we lost communication. Communications,
Oh
Chuck.
my God.
Right now, we are looking at imminent landfall of this storm. Winds of 150 miles per hour. are right now forecast.
He's a trooper.
But we expect landfall in the next couple of hours. They will be at 155 miles per hour. Storm surges upwards of 15 to 16 feet, 20 inches of rain or more with this system. The eye wall, 15 miles wide with 150 mile per hour winds. It's basically a
Al's the trooper, man. I like him too. I grew up listening to this
15
guy.
mile wide F3 tornado. That's what's coming in to this area. And
Yeah, he's an old timer, Lieutenant Pranzo, and he was big at one point. And I think he had like the surgery to lose the weight, and he had like I don't think it was lap band. I think he had gastric bypass, but he lost like a ton of weight. He used to be really huge, but I mean, look. I mean, he's got to be 65 or older. I mean, I don't know. I'm pushing 60, so he's probably close to, maybe he's even 70. I don't know. Anybody know how old Al Roker is? Let me know in the chat.
so as this system comes in, people have hunkered down. They are doing their best, but I'm telling you, Chuck, the difference between a Category 1 storm and a Category 4, as far as the wind destruction, over 330 times more powerful. So we are waiting for this to make landfall, and once it makes landfall, it's going to slowly make its way inland, up through the Mississippi River Valley, Ohio River Valley, and then into the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast later on this week. A powerful storm that is going to wreak real havoc.
That's
Chuck?
for sure. Al Roker, God, get out of that unsafe.
This is my favorite part. Right before he starts, he goes, ah.
All right, sorry.
I'm sorry. I mean, I know this is not a time to laugh and joke, but so they went live to him, right, standing at the waterfront in Baton Rouge, and he's like, ah.
A monster storm that's coming. What can you tell us?
All right, sorry. I guess we lost communications, Chuck. Right now.
I can't. Oh my goodness. Again, this was like a couple of hours, 3 or 4 hours ago. So this is not recent. I want to say special thank you to Matt Sully. 9/11, the World Trade Center 20th year is coming up. I don't call it an anniversary. The 20th year is approaching. September 11th is quickly approaching. Matt Sully sent me, amongst other things, this patch. And this patch really means a lot to me. And I want to show it to you guys on camera. I responded to the World Trade Center in 2001 on September 11th. I was a New York City police officer at the time, and I answered the call. Many of my colleagues are not here because of cancers that they contracted since September 11th. But Matt Sully sent me this. I don't know if you guys could see it. Let me take it out of the package. It's a commemorative badge, kind of like something that you would sew on to a jacket. And it says City of New York 9/11, never forget. I don't know if you guys could see that. Can you guys see it good? I'm honored to have this, Matt Sully. Matty boy, thank you for sending this over to me. It means a lot to me, and I may sew it like on a pocket or on a jacket that I have. It's too big to put on my arm, but I might have it professionally sewed on. But yeah, so it's closely approaching. It's a difficult thing to talk about. It really makes me anxious. I mean, we all have certain levels of PTSD and anxiety with this 20-year coming up. And he sent this to my house, and I thought it was just an unbelievable gesture. So thank you for that, Matt. I appreciate it. Thank you. There it is. Beautiful. Matty boy Sully, and he has his 2 daughters are Marines and are over in Afghanistan at the airport, and we've got to send prayers and positive vibes to them. Thank you for that, super love. I don't know where it came from Barb. Thank you, Barb, for the super chat, and I appreciate the support. Soul for Music 79, good to see you. Can't even imagine what you all went through that day. Yeah, never forget, guys. Yeah, it's, I lost my cousin, a local 3 electrician. Lost a lot of friends along the way to 9/11 related cancers. And my sergeant, who I work with in the warrant squad in fugitive enforcement, my sergeant, 20 years later, September 14th, he was going to go under the knife to remove stage 4 cancer from his liver and internal organs removed. He's stage 4 World Trade Center related cancer. So Sergeant Pete, PD Auerbach, sending you love, prayers. I'll get to see him one more time before he goes under the knife on September 14th. But 20 years later, we have guys and girls still battling cancer, and iron workers, steel, the steel workers, the heavy crane operators, the people who moved the debris, the truckers, everybody who breathed in that toxic air. Including myself, every year that we get a clean bill of health and no cancer is we just count our lucky stars and thank God. But here we are, and here we are with a nasty hurricane hitting the folks in Louisiana, and you have the NYPD, the folks who responded to the World Trade Center and will respond to many disasters, going down to lend a helping hand. So I tip my cap to those brave men and women in the NYPD doing God's work day in and day out. Let me just see if there's a Hurricane Ida statement by the National Hurricane Center. Oh, there is. When was this? Okay, let me read this to you guys. Thank you, Factual Breakdown. My prayers to all of the unsung heroes still suffering today. Thank you for that. Angie Carter, thank you for becoming a channel member. Thank you to everyone in the chat for the wonderful messages and prayers and positive vibes. I greatly appreciate that. So the National Weather Service puts out a statement. And it is extreme winds from Ida spreading further inland. Life-threatening storm surge will continue for the next several hours. About 1 hour ago, south.
Welcome to the DutyRon family.
Ooh, I like that. I like that statement. Welcome, Angie Carter, to the DutyRon family. Thank you for becoming a member. There it is, right up on the screen. I like Labs better than StreamYards because it does that. Like, you can customize it so much. So there's the thank you. There's the super love. Thank you. It's a little bit delayed, so I got to work on getting that up quicker. That's a New York City police car. That's with Super Chat. It says thank you for the Super Chat. So about an hour ago, reported peak gusts of 140 miles per hour. More recently, research gauged near the airport reported sustained winds at 149 miles per hour and gusts of over 160. Weather flow station near Dulac reported sustained winds of almost 90 miles per hour and gusts of over 140. This is a powerful storm. My wife just scared me. She brought me food down. So that was Mrs. DutyRon, but she touched my arm and I didn't know she was here, and she scared me. No, I got an earplug in. So Mrs. DutyRon came into the studio and brought me some food. So I'm not going to eat it while I'm talking to you guys, but she just scared the shit out of me. Popeye's laughing too. Ange Carter, glad to be here with you all. God bless. Never forget. Thank you, Ange Carter. I appreciate that. Thank you for becoming a channel member. There's the super love. We got to work on getting that going quicker. Barb Murray says, I watched the video about jumpers. Horrifying. Yes. Yeah. Very horrifying. So that's a statement from the National Hurricane Center, National Hurricane Center and Central Pacific Hurricane Center. I'll let you guys take a quick peek at what I was just reading. That's the statement. I have so much more saved here, but I feel like I don't want to bog you guys down with this stuff. Do you guys want to look at the Twitter feed again, or should we wrap it up? There's so many folks on on YouTube doing some live stuff too. What do you guys think? You want to wrap it up, or do you want to continue on just a little bit more with this? I don't know. Some folks say let's look again. T. Marie says let's look again. Wow, this guy was live for 3 hours and 48 minutes. Reed Timmer on YouTube has got a lot of stuff. If you want to look, he's got 3 hours and 48 minutes of hurricane coverage. Go and eat. See, there you go. Everyone's saying go and eat. Thank you. Thank you guys for that. So if you want to check out this guy, Reed Timmer, I'll show you quick. He's got a YouTube channel, and he has extensive storm coverage. So here's his channel, Reed, Timmer. He's got 448,000 subscribers. So he must do a lot of weather coverage. Popeye is making noise because he wants to eat with me. So let's wrap it up. Super chat comes in from Miss Missy. Thank you, DutyRon, for all you do, sir. Love and prayers for all. Yeah, guys, let's keep our prayers for the folks down in Louisiana, the emergency services personnel, and all the folks who are supporting the nurses, doctors, the EMTs, the paramedics, the people who are on the front line that are charged with going out and rescuing people who might be left behind or trapped. So let's continue to pray and give thanks and praise to our first responders. So I'm going to go and eat because now Popeye is going to start making noise. He's going to want to have some of my, she made some homemade pizza on some Italian bread. Looks really delicious. Looks like Parmesan crusted type pizza. So I know I saw the loaves of bread, so she made that homemade. So I'm going to go and eat this. Much love and respect, guys. Everyone stay safe. As I like to end all these live streams, God bless the world, God bless the United States of America, and God bless each and every one of us here in the chat, and all victims of crime and their families, and the victims from this hurricane that potentially we could be dealing with in the next several days. Be kind and check up on your neighbors if you're in the path of this Hurricane Ida. Be careful. Ray D, fix me a drink and let's talk about it. It's good to see everybody in the chat. I know we didn't do a roll call, but this was not appropriate for this live stream to do a roll call. So we are going to wrap it up without a roll call. Guys, love and respect from my house to yours, and I'll see you on the next live stream. See you soon from New York City.